In this video, I will show you how you can put your data engineering project and build your portfolio onto the GitHub repository so that you can easily add it in your resume. So one of the challenges you will face when you create your data engineering project is that how can I showcase this project to the employer or to some clients? In this video, I will give you the complete guide. Now, data engineering projects are not just like other projects, right? You can't keep it running for the longer period of time because you will get charged. So we need to find a way to host our project in such a way that it doesn't cost us anything. But if someone is looking at that project, he or she should be able to understand what this project is all about. So in this video, I will give you the complete guide on how we can host your projects onto the GitHub repository, and then you can put that portfolio on your resume. So let's get started, right? So this is one of the projects that I've done on my YouTube channel called as a Uber Data Analytics. If I were to host this project onto my GitHub repository, what are the different steps that I need to take, right? Because let's say in this project, we went through a lot of different things. If you understand in the architecture diagram, I'll show you the architecture diagram. We have the data stored on the raw storage. We have the compute instance running. We have the BigQuery. We have the Looker Studio. Now, for this, I can keep the Looker Studio running. It is completely free. But I can't keep running this compute engine or the BigQuery because it will cost me after some time. So what I need to do, I need to find a way to host this project to some other location and provide the detailed documentation of what I went through in this project. So this is what we will do. Now for this project, I have all of the files available, right? It is available over here. As you can see, I have my queries, I have my architecture diagram available, I have the data model that I created in this project. I have all of the other files such as data that I've used, some other mesh files that I have such as load, transform, extract function that I've written, just some Jupyter notebook. Now just like this, when you create your own data engineering project, you need to create this kind of documentation. Let's say you don't have the architecture diagram, you can use tools like Lucid Chart or Google Slides. It is pretty easy to make the architecture diagram. You need to configure your data at one location. If you have the data model, you can create the data model. Basically, what you need to do, you need to document every single thing that you have done in that particular project, from architecture diagram, data model, some other documentation about the data such as schemas, schema details, queries, code that you have written. All of these things needs to be at one single location so that you can easily host it on your GitHub repository. Okay, so once you have this file, I will provide the link for these files also. So if you want to try it by yourself, you can do that, okay? And you can follow along. Let's say I have all of these files available. Now what I have to do, I can go to my GitHub repository and click onto the repository, okay? Over here, I can click onto the new, and then I will be creating my repository. This repository, I can easily put it on my resume so that if anyone is interested to understand about everything about the project, they can come here and look into it. Okay, so let's give the name as, let's say, Uber Data Engineering Mage project, something like this. This is quite unique project name that you have to give. You can also provide the description. Okay, so for the description, for now, let's say Uber Data Engineering pipeline using Mage AI and Mage AI and BigQuery. Okay, you can keep this. For this, you can also use the ChatGPT, but we will come to the ChatGPT part after some times. For now, we have this much. Okay, you have to keep your repository public, so you can just keep it public, or if you want to keep it private, but if you want to share it with the entire world, you need to keep it public. Okay, then I will add the add README file. This is very important because this is where you will write all of the instructions that are needed. Everything else you can keep it as it is and click onto the create repository. This will create the empty repository on your GitHub page. Okay, now what you need to do, there are a few things that you need to understand. Okay, first of all, we need to put all of the resources to this particular GitHub repository. So we have the empty repository created. Now the simplest thing you have to do is that just upload everything that you have done about your project onto this repository. Okay, and the steps are pretty simple. All you have to do is just click onto the add file, click onto the upload file, and over here you can either choose your files or you can drag it. So what I will do, I will just drag my entire thing. Okay, I don't want to get the readme, okay, from here, and I will put it over here. So this will upload all of the files from my local PC to the GitHub repository that we just created. Once this upload is complete, okay, all of these uploads are complete, you can just click on the commit changes. If you want to put some comments or if you want to add some message, you can do that. But this is added by upload, and I will just do the commit. Okay, this will directly commit all of the files to my GitHub repository. Once this is done, then we will look about how we can now write the documentation about our project. It is very simple, not that complicated. And for that, we will be modifying this README file. So you will find this README file, click on it. Okay, over here right now we just have this much. Okay, the introduction and the description. What you need to do, you need to click onto this particular thing, which is, let me just adjust my OBS to. What you need to do, you need to click onto this particular button, edit this file. Okay, now this is the most important thing. Okay, everything you will write here about the project documentation, you need to present it in a way that if someone goes to your GitHub repository, they should understand everything about the project, from what the project is all about, what is the data, how can I execute this project on my own local PC if I want to do that, what is the architecture diagram, data model, every single thing that you have used, the challenges that you have faced, you can put it over here. In this video, I will keep it short and try to explain you the basic fundamentals of writing this, but this is all about your creativity problems and the challenges that you have faced while building this project. So everyone has like different point of view while building a project, and they face the different challenges. So you have to put all of these things over here. Okay, so we can start with the basic. This is the markdown file. So if you want to understand how to work with the markdown, you can just write GitHub markdown. Okay, if you write it, you will see the best writing and format syntax. You will find all of the details about how do I format my text, images, links, and every single thing over here. So let's say if I want to write a heading. Okay, for heading, I can just write single hash and then I can write the text. So it will look something like this. If I use 2 hash, it will look something like this. If I use 3 hash, it will look something like this. So this is the way you can format your text onto the GitHub README file. So we'll start with this. I'll just clear this entire thing. And I'll say just the introduction. Okay, Uber Data Analytics. I'll just write Modern Data Engineering ECP project. Okay, this is I've done. This is just single heading, right, that I've written. If you click onto the preview, you will be able to see every single thing that you can change. Okay, so this is the heading. Now let's say I will create one more section. Okay, inside this with the 2 hash. Okay, so I want to write the subheading. There is the main heading, and inside this I have to second level heading. So with the 2 hash, let me just zoom this if you can see it. Yeah, with the 2 hash, I will write. Let's say I'll give the chapter name, such as, let's say I want to start the project by introduction. Okay, I want to introduce my project. So if I see the preview again, you will see Uber. Okay, and then I have the introduction. So for the introduction, either you can write it by yourself or you can use any AI tool to make it faster. Okay, so if you have the understanding about the introduction, if you want to go ahead, you can write it. But let's say if you were to use the AI tool, right now my ChatGPT is not loading, so I will be using the Google Gemini. So what you can do, you can just copy paste the title. Okay, and then you can come here onto the Google Gemini. You can just write that, okay, I have a data engineering project on this. We are using Mesh.ai, BigQuery, Looker Studio, and what, like cloud storage to build complete project. Can you give 2 to 3 lines introduction for this project? Okay, something like this, and this will generate like the simple introduction for you. Okay, you can just copy paste if it looks good, and you can paste it over here. Okay, so this project dives into the world of Uber data analytics using modern data engineering practice on GCP. We'll use these tools and data visualization and all of the other things. So this is how you can just get started and improve on top of it. So if you want to make changes to this, you can go ahead. If you click on the preview, you will again see the proper preview available over here. Okay, so you will be able to see that. Now let's say this is done. Okay, introduction is done. Second thing is I want to give the architecture diagram. So I can again write the same subheading, architecture. Okay, and now for the architecture, I want to provide the image. So what I will do, I will just right click onto this repository name and I will open it onto the new tab. So all of the information about the project is available over here. Okay, so if I click onto the architecture.jpg, you will see it over here. It is available onto the root repository itself. So if I want to display the image, pretty simple. All I have to do is just check here onto the GitHub Markdown, click onto the images, and to display the image by adding the this exclamation sign and wrapping the alter text onto this, and then you can provide the link of the image over here. Okay, so it is something like this. Okay, I can just copy this and paste it over here. This is the alter text, so I can just write the project architecture. So in case the image is not available, okay, this text will be shown, and this is where I have to provide the link. Now for the link, I can directly write maybe the architecture.jpg. Let's try with that. Okay, I'll just try with this architecture.jpg, the name, and if I click here, you will see it is getting shown. Let's say we make some typo on this, okay, which is like instead of architecture, I remove the h, and you will see the alter text as the project architecture, because it is not able to find the image. It is giving me the alter text. Okay, so this is working. Okay, I can see the architecture. So now this is getting proper. As you can see, our documentation of the project is proper now. What I can do next is that I can add more things. So let's say I'll do technology used. For this, I can just simply use the order thing, which is if I come here and if I say, do we have anything to order, which is a task list, I can use something like this task list or the list. Okay, the simple list works. Okay, I can just use the dash or the star or the plus to represent this, or I can just use the numbers. Okay, so what I will do, I will directly use the numbers. So first I will use programming language. Okay, I'll just write the programming language as Python. Okay, we have used Python. For scripting language, I have used SQL. Okay, and then we have used a Google Cloud Platform. In the Google Cloud Platform, okay, inside the Google Cloud Platform, you can just hit the backspace, add the dash over here, and add one more list on top of it. So what I will do, I'll just add BigQuery, cloud storage, Looker Studio, and compute instance. And the fourth thing that we did, which was around mesh.ai, modern data pipeline tool. Okay, you can also provide the link over here. So if I see the preview, do I see it properly? Okay, programming language, scripting language, GCP, and the Mesh AI. So this looks much better now. Okay, I have the architecture, I have the technology used. Now what is the next thing? Okay, if I were to provide the link to this Mesh AI tool, I can just write the modern data pipeline tool. Okay, and I can just come here and I can just write Mesh AI, and I can just copy the link of this and paste it over here. If I see into the preview, it will look something like this. Okay, if I want to bold this, it is also possible. I can just select this and hit the Control B. Okay, and this will add double asterisk over here, and you will be able to see this into the proper format. Again, you can modify as per your creativity, but this is how you can move forward. Let's say I also want to, this is the open source project. Okay, and if someone is interested in contributing into the mesh.ai, or we also have the GitHub repository available. Okay, so if someone is interested into the contribution, you can just add also this like contribute to this project here. Okay, I can just add the link. So and I can also keep it like this, and I can import this. Okay, pretty simple. This is fine. I'll remove the space. Okay, looks nice. If I come here, okay, modern data pipeline tool contribution is done here. You can also put it at below. This is fine. Now after this, what do we have? Okay, we have data also available. Okay, we also have the data model available. We also have the scripts available. So let's talk about that now. So we'll start with the data set use, because this is what the first one. So data set use. Okay, and now here you can write about the description of data. So we have used the Uber, which is the Uber data set, which is the New York taxi one. So I already have the text available, so I will just paste it over here. You can again use the ChatGPT or the Gemini available and generate it. So this is what it looks like. Okay, I have the simple text about the data. Okay, here is the data set. So you can just provide the link of the data set, which is available over here. So I can just come here, I can click onto this. Okay, and on top, or I can just right click onto this and copy the link address. and I can just paste it over here. So this is where if someone wants to understand where the data set is, they can just come here and see the data. If I see the preview again, you will see the technology used, data set used is simple. If you want to describe the data, it is also possible on your end. So if you want to, like, again, you already provided the link, but if you want to share the actual data set link, which is the New York taxi data, okay, uh, it is available over here. So the goal of this entire thing is to provide as much as information possible for a person who is going through this project. Okay, so I can come here also, original, I can just write original data source. Okay, and I can just paste the link of this. So if anyone is interested into understanding about this data, they can come here also. We also have the data dictionary available. So in this, this is all, you will see the data dictionary. Okay, I can come here and I can also provide the link to the data dictionary. So data dictionary. Okay, we can give the numbers to this. So original data source 1, data source, and more info about data set. Okay, and then we can add 3 hash here. So if I go to the preview, you will see dataset use. Inside the dataset use, we have like subsection, which is more info about the data. Okay, now this is looking much better because we are providing more and more information. After this, let's say we have the data. What do we have next? Okay, we described about the data. We have architecture. We also have the data model available. Okay, which is this one. So I want to again explain the data. So I can just copy the name of this, and we can use the same thing. So first, I can use the data model. Okay, I can add the section. I have to make this big. Okay, data model. And for this, what I will do, I will just add the same thing as we added here, exclamation. Okay, between this we will have the alt text. So for the alt text, we have data model image. Okay, and then we have this, which is where we can put the name of the data model, which is data underscore model dot jpeg, data underscore model dot jepg. Okay, and if I see the preview, if I'm able to see it or not. Okay, I'm not able to see it. Let me check. It's jpeg, my bad. If I come preview, if I see it, okay, now I'm able to see that. Okay, if I just zoom out, you will be able to see it properly. Okay, I have this thing available. Uber Data Analytics Introduction, Architecture, Technology Use, Dataset Use, looking much better now. Okay, one by one, we are able to create this entire thing. After this, what do I have? What do I have? Okay, after this, data model is done. Let's say after this, I want to explain about the scripts. Okay, so scripts for project. Okay, for this, what you can do, we have 3 scripts available inside the mesh files. Okay, extract, load, and transform. So we can just write the name of this, and we can also provide the link. So let's say if I want to directly give the link of the scripts. Okay, so section links. Okay, I have these links available. I can also do the relative links, which is like this. Okay, we can provide like this. So what I will do, first this, and paste it over here, and I'll copy the name of, let's say first is the load. Okay, so I want, no, first is the extract. So extract.py. Okay, I'll give the extract.py, and I have to provide the path to that, which is under mesh dash file, mesh dash files slash extract.py. Okay, this is the name, and this is the file name. Okay, if I see the preview, am I able to, if I click it over here, I can directly redirect to it. Okay, so pretty simple. Let me just edit it. Okay, you can also give the name properly. So extract Python file. Okay, then the same thing I will do, I'll just copy paste. Instead of copy pasting, let's just write it again. Then we have the load. I think after that we have the load. Okay, yeah, load Python file. Okay, which is mesh file slash load.py. Okay, and the third one is transform Python file. Okay, something like this. You can give as per your understanding, not that complicated. I'll just put it over this, copy the file name inside the mesh files. Okay, just have to provide the path, and this is done. Okay, script is done. Now what else is needed? Okay, we have kind of covered everything. Now there are other things that you can also put. So the challenges that you have faced, if you want to describe the data more, like what was the type of the data, if you want to uh, put some of the improvements that you have done, the final conclusion, you can put all of these different things as per your understanding, but you get the gist of it, right? All you have to do is just understand the markdown and think about what are the more, how can I put the more and more information to this project so that if someone is going through this project can understand it. And at the end, let's say I have the, let's say this project is available onto my YouTube, so I can just say complete video tutorial. Okay, if you have the detailed blog, or if you have the video, you can also put it at that, right? Tutorial, and I can just put the video link, and I can paste it over here. Okay, something like this. And if I come here, if you see the preview, it looks good. Okay, what I will do the commit changes, update the README. I can just added project doc. Okay, commit directly to the main branch. I'll do the saving. Now, if you come here, and now if someone comes from anywhere on the world onto this repository, they will be able to understand the introduction, what this project is all about. It's the architecture, the technology use, dataset use, data model, script, and complete video tutorial. If you want to understand more about this, you can just check the good repositories onto GitHub and get more idea about it. So what I can do, I can just check for, let's say, inside, you can just go to the github.com. Okay, and you will find a lot of trending libraries. So over here, I can just write, let's say, React. Okay, I'll just do the React, and I'll see the React repository and Facebook React, and you will see how they are actually documenting the entire thing. Okay, for the React. Just like this, there are like numerous projects available onto the GitHub repository. If you want to have the understanding about how they actually document the entire thing, you can just go here. You can put the tables. You can just try and experiment with the markdown file, and you can understand how can I make my project a unique project. When someone comes to this project, they should be able to understand everything from the start. Okay, so this is how you can take the inspiration from other repository. I just gave you the basic understanding and how you can go about it. This will not cost you anything. It is completely free, so you can move forward and do that. So this was everything about this video. I just wanted to quickly cover this part so that you can have the understanding on how can I host my data engineering project onto the GitHub repository and showcase it on my resume. So this was everything. I hope you learned something new. If you did, then don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.